What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Today, I'm going to be looking at a highly requested topic, profit taking and trailing profits. So we're going to be breaking it down, looking at how to maximize your trades when you are winning and how to make the most profit on any position. All right. But before we get into that, I want to take some time to thank everyone for all the love and support that I've been getting on Twitter. I have over 800 followers now. And as you guys know, that's been following me. I started this in April and I've been getting great success. And I really believe it's because of the quality content that I'm putting out and the fact that I'm not bullshitting anybody and I'm giving you guys real trades that professionals take, and I'm really trying to help. So I really feel that that's why getting all the success, but I can't do it without you guys. And I thank you so much for all of the support and for being a part of my programs and everything that's been going on. So the first thing that I want to talk about is because of all the success that I've been getting, I've been working with a lot of new students. I launched the apprentice program where I have over 10 people now that are working with me on a weekly and daily basis to help go through all of their trades. And I teach them how I trade and I give them my trading system. So my apprentices that have been working with me have been getting great results. Last week, we had 5 winners in a row, which is really rare, but I'm so happy that it happened when I started my apprentice program. And in honor of all the success and with the apprentice program doing so well, I decided to do a giveaway. And I'm going to be giving away my full trading system plus 1 hour of coaching. All you have to do is like and retweet this post. And if you're interested in working with me and becoming profitable, then please DM me. I've had over 75 people reach out to me. And again, I can't express how thankful and grateful I am for that. All right. So now let's get into the topic of the video. So profit taking and trailing. So before we talk about profit taking, we have to talk about the most important thing in trading, which is a stop loss. Anybody that trades without a stop loss is gambling. They are just not managing their risk properly. And trading comes down to risk managing, because we can't control if the market is going to go up or down, but we can control how much we're going to lose. And this is why we must have a stop loss. So the stop loss, if you're not familiar with what it is, if you're going long, a stop loss is in order to sell your position to get you out. And if you're going short, a stop loss is in order to buy your position to cancel your trade. So on any given trade, what I like to do is I only risk between 1% to 2% of my account as a stop loss. So if I have a $10,000 account, I'm only risking $100 to $200 on a trade. So how would that look? So let's say I identify that I want to go long on this hammer candle at the open. So I would enter above the high with a stop loss below the low. And I would set this trade up such that if I get stopped out, I lose only $200 because that's my maximum risk. And I have a stop here to protect me. Okay, because if the market, if some news happens, if something crazy happens and it flushes all the way down here, I don't want to lose $1,000 on my $10,000 account, because what that would do, that would make me lose 10% of my balance, which is not good risk management. It's not how the professionals trade. And then the other thing with the stop loss is we can have a trailing stop loss. So trailing stop loss is very important because when you're in profits, you don't want your profits to come back and become losers. That's one of the most important rules of trading, is your winners should never become losers. Because when we win, we need to be professional and we need to be good traders, and we need to lock in profits. So how do you trail? You trail based on different styles, different systems. We can use resistance support. We can use different profit targets, and I'm going to be breaking that all down. So the first thing that we can do is we can have set targets at 1-to-1 times our risk, or 1.5-to-1 or 2-to-1. But in general, as a normal rule, your win rate will increase with the lower your risk to reward is. And that makes sense because it's obviously a lot easier, let's say over here, to get a 1-to-1 risk to reward than getting a 3-to-1, which would be, way above here. So the higher your win rate goes, the lower your expectation on profitability is. And that's totally fine, because the other point I wanted to get to, trading depends on your personality. Your style depends on your personality. If you're someone that wants to get in and out with a high success rate, let's say 70% success rate, then you want to go for 1 and be done with your trade. If you want to play for the home run and want big winners, maybe you're going for 3-1 or 4-1 or 5-1. In that case, your win rate is going to be a lot lower, but you can still make profits, right? So it depends on your personality. If you're a scalper, you want to get in 1-1 with a high win rate, then that's totally fine. If you want to play for home run trades, that's totally fine. But whatever you do, make sure you stay consistent. Do not switch back and forth. This is how traders lose. Because one day they'll say, you know what, I'm a scalper. The next day they're a home run trader. And then when you do that over time, you lose on both sides. And that's the most important thing that I can tell you guys today during this video is whatever you choose to do, be consistent with it. Do not change it, because if you do change it, you're going to be likely to be on the other side. For example, if you're always a scalper and then the one day you go for the home run play, your scalp works, but you went for the home run play and you lost. Now all of a sudden your system and your rules is completely destroyed. All right, so here's some general ideas that we can do for targets and trailing. So we don't have to also take targets at a 1-1 or 2-1. We can just look at the previous day's resistance and support to help us taking targets. So for example, if we had entered this trade over here, or let's say this trade over here with this long hammer bar, we could be looking for the previous day's high to be an area where we want to take profits, because we know in this area, we're going to find resistance. So when we get up here, we can take 50 to 60% off or 70 or 80% off, depending on how you want to trade it. And then we can automatically use your trailing stop loss to help you on the rest of the position. So at first we can take our trailing stop loss from here and we can move it below each one of these 5-minute candles until we eventually get stopped out somewhere over here. And that way you're going to always be able to lock in some profits at the end of the day. Or another idea, what we can do is when we get to the previous day's high, we can just take our stop loss to break even. A real professional trader will never let a winner become a loser. And the easiest way to do that is to scale out on the way up and to move your stop for protection. This is the professional way to trade. So let's say we're going to take off 20% at 1. So right over here, we're going to take 25% off at 1.5, another 25% off at 2. And each time we're just going to be moving the stop. So stop goes to break even, stop goes below this candle, stop goes below this candle, and so on and so forth. So it's a constant battle of trailing your stop and taking profits on the way up or down, depending if you're short or long. Okay. So, but the main concept that I want to talk to you guys about is taking profits and moving your trailing stop. If you're not doing that, then you're not trading. And then as an example, what really sparked me to do this video was, yes, the market has been super bullish. We can see that, but there's been awesome opportunities to short to make money. And most people are losing on the short side because they refuse to cover profits, because they're expecting the market to do some crazy crash, but that's not a high probability play. So let me give you an example of how we could play this trade here. So we had the previous day's high as resistance, and we knew when we came in here, we wanted to short. So let's say we get this double top here and we want to short. So we short below the low, stop above the high of the swing high, like so. So what we have to be doing here is, okay, so when we get to 1, we can be taking some profits. When we get to 1.5, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. But here's the trick. If you didn't take any profits here, look what happens by the close. It just comes back and stops you out. So if you were this much in profit and you did not cover something, that's totally on you. Or if you don't want to cover, let's at least just trail. Okay, so what we can do is we can say, okay, I'm going to take each swing high and I'm going to trail, right? So when we get, let's say, to 2R over here, you're going to trail at Fibonacci levels or swing high. So we can take the high to low here and we're going to trail, right? So we could have a rule, okay, when we break through and we get to 2R, I'm going to trail above the 786 when we make a lower low, right? So now we make a lower low. So you trail over here. And now we make a new lower low. So you trail over here. And then you just keep repeating this process if you really want to catch big home run trades. You just trail at swing high and swing low. But you still need to be doing something. You still need to be trailing. You know, a professional trader will never let a winner go back on them and become a loser. And that's the most important message that I want to share with you guys today. You can make money on both sides, long or short, but you need to be trailing and you need to be taking targets on the way down. And if you're not, at least trail the swing highs and low. And this is also going to depend on your personality, right? So what works for you, what you feel comfortable with, that's totally up to you. But whatever you do, make sure you keep it consistent. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. And please comment, like, subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter. Please sign up for the free giveaway. I've been getting so much support that I feel like it's time for me to give back. And if you're interested in the apprenticeship program, please just direct message me, and I'm going to make something that works for you, depending on when you can trade, depending on how much time you have available, depending on your level of experience. I make sure that I call you and that we deal personally, and that I'm making sure that you become profitable. Okay, guys, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day.